Lewis has been chatting to strangers on the internet, and we thought we'd go and meet them. But luckily, these strangers also had slammed, rusty, boxy, cool JDM cars. The 31 was looking a bit sad, and it needed the bars painted, so that's what we're going to do today.
Oh, sun's out, guns out.
You filming already, mate?
Yeah. First thing we noticed, car's definitely had a bit of a bing in the front at some stage. All right, so we've got enough here to actually do two cars, because we're going to do both the Charade and the Skyline. We're going to start with a bit of sanding with 240 grit down to 800. Wax and grease removers always important. And then we're going to actually prime the bumper in this special bumper primer. And then from there, we're going to go to a high fill primer, fill in any sort of gaps. And then we're going to finish off with a bumper black. So that's the process, prepping everything and getting it ready.
Jeez.
The Skyline bar all stripped. You can sort of see here it's got a bit of a dent in the corner and some like quite large scratches. So we're gonna do our best to sort of clean that up the best that we can. And she's pretty dirty, so I'll need a good wipe down. The scratches you'd normally expect from a 35 something. How old is it? 39 years? No.
Yeah, 39, it's not that old. 35 years.
35. So yeah, there's sorts of scratches and bangs that you'd expect from a 35-year-old car, but hopefully we can clean them up nicely and have it looking schmick. What are you getting out that groove, Lewis?
Grime.
So if you don't get all the junk out of here, if you don't clean it nicely, the paint's not going to stick to it. Don't circle, don't up and down, like keep everything together, you know what I mean? So yeah, no circles. The 240 was a bit too aggressive for the plastic. It was leaving some pretty big scratches in it straight away. So I had some leftover 400, so we've been using that instead. But yeah, don't get 240. It's too aggressive. A couple of deep grooves, and they didn't have any putty that was supposed to meant for plastic. And the guy in the store sort of recommended we give this epoxy a go. So we're going to try and fill up some of the deep cuts with this epoxy.
Yeah, this didn't work. We tried, but it didn't work.
I love when it rocks. Move this out of the way.
Yeah, put the lid back on that.
Yeah, this bit's bad.
So when you're doing this sort of spraying, what you're trying to do is just sort of dust on like a nice light cover. We're not trying to lay in big, thick bits of paint. If you need to do 2 or 3 passes, that's fine. But yeah, you want to sort of dust it on. You see Lewis there doing a great job.
Yeah, looks good. You're not like wiping it off or something silly. No. Just basically just give it a bit of a wipe down. You're just taking off any dust or bugs that have dropped.
We let that first coat dry overnight, and then when we came back the next day, Lewis just wiped everything down with wax and grease remover to make sure that it was nice and clean, and then gave it a good spray with the etch primer. We moved on to the rear bar, and we thought it'd be nice to sort of pull it apart because that rear bar is actually pretty
Not
big.
as easy as we thought.
That's bullshit. Whole strip of that. Scabby. Only 2. I used 4. Just spat everywhere. I like that.
Because then we're going to hang it like that.
But yeah, we couldn't pull it apart, so we decided to hang it up instead because it is a pretty big bar, and just worked with it hanging, and that seemed to do the trick.
You good there?
Then it was just a case of following the same steps as the front bar. So we sort of wiped it all down with wax and grease remover, gave it a good sand to take down any high spots, and then we're going to start painting it exactly the same with the etch primer first. The bumper primer first, and then onto the etch primer.
Lucky Dom.
There was a good amount of work involved in getting these bars painted and back on the car, but you could probably knock it out over in a weekend. Highly recommend you give it a go. It makes the car look 10 times better, and you can just see here the finished result is pretty schmick. So with fresh bars fit to the Skyline, we went to the Tonsley Cars and Coffee, and this event's just awesome. And afterwards we met up with Lewis's new mates, and we found this little spot up in a shed, and we just went up there and took a heap of photos and hung out and parked all our cars together and just had a good time.
So this is the big block, right?
Yeah, like 1.3 litre. Medium.
Ooh, settle down.
Yeah, it's a mid block.
It's no 1.8. Let's say that.
Why is all the accessories on one side?
Because it's stupid.
For fun.
All the accessories.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Good mate of mine, Jeff, was there as well, and we decided that taking all these photos was hungry work, and that we'd head down and grab some burgers.
What are you doing, Jack?
It's my first time eating, sorry.
It's like it's not supposed to be on the inside, bro.
Oh.
After a good feed, Jeff said he knew some good spots down at the port for some photos, and really, are you even a car guy if you don't take your car down the port and take photos? No, you're not. So we did. We went down and we took photos. So tell your nan about this video, and then like and subscribe, and write in the comment which is your favourite car and why it's the Corolla.